Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today's topic is how to measure the density of solvents and why it's so important in the pharmaceutical industry. Let's get started. What is density? In simple terms, density is the mass of a substance per unit volume. We can express it with the formula D equals m/v, where D is density, m is mass, v is volume. For solvents, this means the amount of mass that fits into a given volume of that solvent. Knowing the density is crucial for various calculations in chemistry and pharmaceuticals, especially when it comes to preparing solutions. Measuring the density of solvents. Now, let's talk about how to actually measure the density of a solvent. Here's what you'll need: a balance, to measure mass, a graduated cylinder, to measure volume, or a pycnometer for higher accuracy, a thermometer, since density can vary with temperature. Step 1. Measure the mass. First, make sure your equipment is clean and dry. Measure the empty container, e.g., the pycnometer or cylinder, on a balance and note its mass. Then, fill it with the solvent up to a known volume, such as 50 milliliters. Weigh the container with the solvent and subtract the empty container's weight to get the mass of the solvent itself. Step 2. Measure the volume. If you're using a graduated cylinder, simply read the volume. If you're using a pycnometer, the volume is pre-calibrated. So you only need to focus on the mass. Step 3. Calculate the density. Now, apply the formula we discussed earlier. Factors affecting density. One thing to note is that temperature can influence the density of a solvent. As the temperature increases, most liquids expand, which decreases their density. This is why it's important to measure temperature and, if necessary, correct the density for temperature variations. Importance of density in pharmaceuticals. Well, in the pharma industry, precise measurements are key, especially when formulating drugs. Here are a few reasons why density matters. Formulation accuracy. When preparing solutions, knowing the density ensures you use the correct amount of solvent, which directly affects the concentration of active ingredients. Quality control. Many pharmaceutical products need to meet strict standards. Measuring the density can be a quick way to check for consistency in liquid formulations. Solubility and dissolution rates. Density can affect how well a solvent dissolves a compound. If the density isn't right, the solubility might change, which can affect the drug's effectiveness. Stability testing. Density can also help in stability testing. Changes in density over time could indicate degradation or changes in the formulation, which are critical to ensuring safety and efficacy. Some common solvents used in the pharmaceutical industry in their typical densities at room temperature: water, 1.00 gram per ml, ethanol, 0.789 gram per ml, methanol, 0.791 gram per ml, chloroform, 1.48 gram per ml, acetone, 0.785 gram per ml. Knowing these densities helps in selecting the right solvent for dissolving active pharmaceutical ingredients or for use in extractions, purifications, or chemical reactions. That's it for today's video. Measuring the density of solvents may seem simple, but it's a fundamental skill in pharmaceuticals. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more science and pharma-related content.